Today, to worship Shri Ganesha. As you know, in the whole of Europe, America, England, they have lost faith in Shri Ganesha. Nor do they care for his powers and for his blessings. As a result, all his blessings are not on these countries. The first blessing of Sri Ganesha, which is, I think, is the highest, is the wisdom. That we learn what is good for us and what is bad for us, what is constructive and what is destructive. What should we do to achieve our self-realization? Those people who have got wisdom are very lucky people. But wisdom comes from no source but your own understanding of life. When a person starts thinking, why am I doing such and such thing? What is the effect of my doing? What is the result of my behavior? Is it good for me or bad for me? Then wisdom comes. Even if some people know that this is bad for them, still they do not have power to control themselves. Still they do lots of bad things which they should not do. The reason is the power of wisdom is not there. A person is wise who does not only know what is right and wrong, but also he knows very well his own power not to do something wrong. He just does not do it. Wisdom is a complete power within ourselves by which we try nothing. It just spontaneously works through us and we do things which are proper and right. In this wisdom, many people have risen very high in life. For example, we'll take the example of Kabir. Kabir was born to a weaver. They say they don't think he was born to him, but he was found by a weaver, whatever it is. And he belonged to Muslim family. But he realized that the Muslims, as they are practicing their Islam, is not going to give him what he wants. He has to seek himself. He has to know himself. So, what did he do is to go on the bank of river Ganges in Benares, and he stayed there waiting for a great realized soul called as Ramanand, Swami Ramanand. When this Swami Ramanand came back after his bath, immediately caught hold of his feet. After bath, if somebody catches the feet of any Brahmin, he would shout at him. But he was a saint, he was not a Brahmin. He said, "My son, what do you want?" He said, "Sir, give me initiation. I want self-realization." And Swami Ramanand immediately agreed. All the other people said, "Sir, he is a Muslim. He is an orphan, brought up in a Muslim family. How can you give realization?" He will not accept any of the principles which look like coming from Hindu religion. Ramanand looked at Kabir. He could see a great seeker there. He said, "You don't know him, I know him." And he took him with him, and Kabira became a great saint after that. He is accepted by Hindus and Muslims because he had that power of wisdom. He went to a man who was not belonging to his religion, who may not have accepted him, who might have just thrown him in the river, also possibly. But he knew also through his wisdom that this man is the one who will love me because I am a seeker of truth. So this power of truth works not only that you know what is right and wrong, again I say, but that you just don't do something that is wrong. Now one may say, Mother, what is the source again of this wisdom? The source is Shri Ganesha. The source is Shri Ganesha, which is the giver of wisdom. Once Shri Ganesha is insulted and he disappears behind the clouds of ignorance, then people start doing things which are unwise. This happens with many things. Supposing these days in the democratic countries, they are not supposed to say anything about the morality, about how people should behave, what should be their relationships. They don't try to look after the society because they think looking after the society is not our job. It's a private affair. It's a private thing. As a result, people take freedom into their hands and start insulting Shri Ganesh. When Shri Ganesha is insulted, complete blockage takes place in a human being, I think. He becomes an idiot. He becomes a stupid fellow. He doesn't understand how to go further with wisdom. Without wisdom, whatever steps one takes is destructive. So this is the first quality of Shri Ganesh, that he gives us, bestows upon us wisdom. So we have to respect Shri Ganesha within us. It's very important, especially for all these democratic countries which are now going to dogs. Their families are destroyed because their lifestyle is so horrible. Their children are ruined. In every way, they are in a big jeopardy. This wisdom can be easily brought back if we awaken their Kundalini. If the Kundalini is awakened, this Ganesha can be awakened. Because without his help, Kundalini cannot be awakened. And if Shri Ganesha knows that Kundalini is to be awakened, he forgives everything, forgets everything, and comes to assist you to support the Kundalini's ascent. At every chakra, he is there to support you. Till you get realization, he is there to help you. In all these countries, the missing point is their wisdom. And that's why you find so much of destruction, so much of nonsense going on, and you can't understand why people are so stupid. The another power that Ganesha has is he generates innocence within us. We respect our innocence. We respect our chastity. We respect a lifestyle which is decent and decorous. In every scripture is written that we should dress up in a way that we are decent and decorous, and that our body should not in any way express a indecent feeling or indecent behavior on our part. This is the reason why in Sahaja Yoga we have to be particular about how we dress up. I think Sahaja Yogis have realized it, that our dress should be decent, should be dignified, and that we should in no way try to show our vulgarity. Because if innocence is the most important thing a human being should have, if that is the complete decoration of a human being, then one should look after one's own chastity and one's own morality. In some countries, of course, they think that chastity is only meant for women and not for men. But it's not true. That's what the Islamic people believe. It's very wrong. It is meant for both of them. Like a person who is trying to force the other side, like the men trying to force the women to be chaste, and themselves are not chaste, the women will not be chaste. They may appear, they may try to be out of fear, but if they get a chance, they will take to life which is wrong, because they see the other party, the men, trying to dominate them. Then they think, what's wrong? If they can do it, why not we do it? So the whole society has to take to very decent life and to a very, very decorous, dignified lifestyle. It's not only in dress, but even day-to-day life it is important. Otherwise, a kind of insecurity start working among men and women, and too much complications, too much complicated life starts.